Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. We can talk about the topic. You want to?
Yeah.
Heavy talks or soft? Okay, soft.
Yeah, I would like to know your position about some particular ways of worshipping the deities, because I have met a lady devotee who used to offer some toys, to put some toys in the altar.
Toys?
Toys, and I have heard that sometimes when Lord Jagannath has headache, he does not feel well, they give these toys to relieve his, I don't know, pain.
Toys mit Spielzeug.
No,
It's not, this maybe children like to do.
If they worship Gopal, maybe?
It is not practiced among those who are following the process of arjana, worship of the deities. This speculation, or if you're in a very high stage, you're not bound by these rules and regulations. But nobody of us is on this stage. So there is Arjana Dipika. This is the instruction given how to worship the deities. What is the process? We have to follow the rules and regulations who are given to worship. We offer no food if it's not prepared by qualified devotees, means who are Brahman initiated and who know the or have followed have developed the devotion to cook for the Lord. It is not a children play. It's that tomorrow I would like to eat pizza, so we offer pizza to God. And the devotee sings a little different. He should, supposed to sing different. And the Lord wants to eat food, what as it is described. It may be, I may like it or may not like it. But the Lord must like it. We cook for Him. This means that we are practicing bhakti according to the rules and regulations. So, of course, many coming and got some new things they offer to the Lord, but not for His pleasure, for our pleasure, so that He may care for. So bhakti is something different. Bhakti means everything is for His pleasure. Everything is to please Him. And I don't expect anything in return. So I have never seen, I'm since 45, 50 years practicing, Many years we had the highest standard, more higher than some in India. I was learning from how to worship the deity. I was pujari for some years, 5 years, something like this. Almost like our pujari. In these 4 or 5 years, I went 3-4 times outside the temple. Means not even in the garden of the temple. I was inside, engaged 24 hours, more or less. And we followed very strictly the rules according to Acharya Dipika, as it is given in the Shastra. And this is necessary, very necessary in the beginning. Why? Because what is the important thing? We have to learn to become the master of the mind, not the servant of the mind. We are now Godasa. Means what the mind tells us, yes, I do it. We go. Buy this, eat this, do this. If you go to the street in Vienna, so many nice things. The mind tells you, get this, get this. Nowadays you have this mobile, and you see so many things. Your desires of enjoying things is making you crazy, more or less. The mind is our master. So this deity worship is not the actual process in Kali Yuga, but it helps us to stabilize our mind, to focus on one thing. We have nothing here in this material world what will make us happy. Everything will be taken away. You may be rich, you may be pure, you may be intelligent, you may be a fool. You may have everything in the world. But if you get old, what is the next step? You cannot take anything with you. You have to go. And because your desire is still there, your subtle body carries, you are carrying this desire with you, you will come again. You all have been in a past life. You heard this. Otherwise you would not be able to come here, to sit here and hear this. Now we hear it, maybe, or some may say nonsense or dreamland, but we are not speaking some story. We are speaking only about fact, about reality. And this reality, everybody has to accept, more or less. What is this reality? Birth is reality. Disease you cannot avoid. Old age you cannot avoid. Death you can also not avoid. So nobody, when time is gone, you have to go. So we have no control about these things. But we can learn to understand it, how this material nature, how it is working. How to escape birth and death. There's a way. We have to understand all these things is done through sadhana. It is called sadhana, means practice. Practice to get the mind, that I become the mind, the master of the mind, not the servant of the mind. The mind tells us, I must enjoy this, I must get this, I must do this. So in reality, I think I am controlling what I'm doing. But in reality, your mind is your master. He is telling you what to do. So following these rules in the deity worship is very important according to Shastra. You take the asana. No? You sit on asana. Ah, yes. Well, the book is there. Don't sit on this. Sit on that. So we have to follow, and then our mind, we have to force our mind. We have to become the master of the mind. And this is very powerful if you can become master of the mind. You are becoming Goswami, the master of your mind. Otherwise, we are the servants of the mind. But we should become a servant of Supreme Lord. He is our real master. He can give you everything. Everything comes from him, but we did not accept, we did not want to become servant of his lotus feet. This is our original position, to please him, because we are coming from him. We belong together, we are one and different. So this is the process beginning. Deity worship is a beginning level, and by following we will understand how this material nature is working. We think now we are masters. I don't want to serve anyone. Everyone wants to become master. And in reality, his whole life is running to serve his mind, to serve his senses, to enjoy the tongue, the ear, the touch, the taste. Yeah, whole body is only, we use it. What the mind tells us, mind, in Mayapur, I was studying this. What is the mind? The mind has only two duties: to choose what is enjoyable and to reject what is not enjoyable. So the mind is guiding us. He is our master in reality. It is just like a tool, you know. And in this way we become servants of the mind and not of the Lord. We are servants always. If you have a family, you have to serve your child, you have to serve the husband, or you have to serve the wife. You have to work the whole life very hard and to get something. But the reality is, after this, you have to give up again, everything. Nothing you can take with you. You have no dhoti?
I must go, I have to drop in the
He's going to train.
Oh, Chaitanya. So, mind is our enemy. And in Bhagavad Gita said, if we cannot control the mind, it is our greatest enemy. And when you get control over the mind, then he becomes your best friend. He will support you. So in any case, we are always servants. We always have to serve either the mind, our bodily senses, our environment in this world, in the temporary world, or we have to serve the Lord, the source of everything. The difference is we do not experience birth, disease, old age, and death when we come to our original position. then we understand who we are, that we are not identifying with gross matter, with this body, with anything in this world, because everything is coming and going, birth, appearing and disappearing. This is reality. You understand? I'm not telling something what is you can believe or not. You're speaking about reality. If there anyone has argument against or question, he may ask. If this is reality and you accept, you must live accordingly. But you're not able because your mind is telling you something different. We cannot control our mind. Mind is our enemy. So that's because yoga means starting from the lower gross yoga to make exercise, to perform karma yoga. You give the fruit of your work, you give to Krishna's, to the temple, or your Jnana yoga, you study all the Vedas. Still, this will not give you, it may give you liberation, Brahman, but it's not the goal. We want to be situated in the transcendent world. All this what we are practicing here, trying to attain, or what we are seeing, what's happened here, it also happens there. But there it is absolutely pure. There's no cheating. There's no show eternally. We call here love. In material world, what we call love is in reality lust. We are lusty for enjoying. As long as the enjoyment is okay, then everything is okay. But if enjoyment not coming anymore, then kick it away and look for a new enjoyment. But in this transcendental plane, this is not possible. Because the hidden joy is the Lord. So we have to change our whole thinking if you want to survive, if you want to know where we are coming from, where is our real home. So anyway, this deity worship is helpful. And in one sense, one can, if it's offered with love and devotion, we can offer to the Lord everything. Not with the attitude, now I give you 2 bananas and €2. Please, I need a car and I need my health that I live very long. This is business. So Krishna is not a businessman. He lives, he's an autocrat. He's living for himself. And we are also for him. We are meant for him. We are expansion of him. Any question on, or any doubts you may have? Yes?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. I have a question. How do you think that we can apply the spiritual techniques or anything that we learn about Krishna consciousness to help tackle the problems in the material world? Do you think the spiritual knowledge is able to help us to achieve world peace from a broader perspective? If everyone becomes Krishna conscious,
then you're not here. Then you're not living in the material world.
No, but what about the current world problems? There are so many conflicts that's happening in and across the world.
Yes.
How
What?
do you think we can solve them or get closer to solving them?
We must understand whatever happened now in this material world, we cannot point he or she or the now what is called this climate crisis. The cars, all those who driving cars, they are the source that now everything that we will die in a few years. All these things, it belongs to the illusion. Because if we think every individual, whoever may be here now, he will get the result of his past activities. So there may be one Ravan, Ravan, he was a great demon in the pastime of Ramchandra. So he wanted to steal Sita from Ram. But it was just a position. This was arrangement by higher nature. Like nowadays, our leaders, they say he is the source of all our unhappiness. But we must see a little different. I am the source of my unhappiness. I will face just what I have. I am the source of my happiness and my unhappiness. Not more, not less. So you may go in the war, all may be shot, but you may survive. So if it's not, what is this? Is there anything out of control of God? No, it is karma. It is, I deserve. Because we are killing nowadays so many animals. We think this is normal. For a devotee, this is absolutely perverted. Because they are living beings. And then we cannot find fault in others. Then I have to suffer, when I suffer. But we are doing like this. We find fault in others. And this is already the source of a quarrel, of my unhappiness. It starts in a very subtle way. So, I am the source of my unhappiness. But if I am a realized person, I will not be touched by anything. Whatever may happen. The Mahaprabhu says in the Shikshastakam, in 6th shloka, he says, you may kill me, you may act in a cruel way to me, or you may impress me, you may show me your mercy. And it's up to you. But I will accept whatever. You will always be my worshipable Lord. He approaches like this. And then we get a personal experience with the highest. And we will understand he is caring for his devotee. Like Arjuna, the Pandavas. They were fighting against Dronacharya and a big army, many powerful fighters. But they were glorious. Arjuna did not want to kill others, so he said, I don't want to. But Krishna said, the Lord said to him, it is your duty. You are Kshatriya. You have to protect. You have to fight for a good reason. He wants to. What was the reason? He wants to destroy all this fighting mentality and warriors from the planet. So it says also in the Bhagavad Gita. What is the shloka? Yuge, yuge. Yes, from I am Yuga, for Yuga I appear in this world to protect my devotees and to destroy the demons who are making troubles to the devotees. So what happened is always happened. It is a circle. There was a Second World War. Afterwards, there was something like peace, because people become humble and they become satisfied, very simple. Nowadays, their brain is completely their thinking power is not anymore. They are just greedy for enjoying, only enjoying. And enjoying means in this material world you take something from someone else, because nothing belongs to us. Everything belongs to the Lord. So we have to pay the price. But this is the price is birth, this is old age, death. This is reality. You can, it is very logical. Every action has a reaction. If we can accept this, one will become more fine and more purified in our heart, in our brain. Then this thing will become very clear. As I give, I will get. Something like this. So I cannot escape. If you go to Billa and you take one chocolate and put it in your bag, so they may not check it. But what you do, whatever you do in this material world, everything, every single thing, even your thinking has reaction. It just goes very subtle, very fine. So when a pure devotee means who has absolutely nothing to do with this material world. Even he may be in a body, in a physical body. This we will not easily, I think, we cannot so easily accept. But this is science. Millions and millions of years, this knowledge is given down in the disciplic succession. They are existing still up to now. We got from our Param Gurudev, many going back to the Goswamis and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Madhvacharya. And another line is Ramanuja Acharya, Vishnu Swami, another, and the Kumara Sampradaya. They are giving this secret, this knowledge, but we have to be qualified to understand it. So all this garbage must be removed, then you get clear mind. Newspapers, they fill it up, your head with all kinds of illusions. And we all believe this. It changes every day, every day the same. So now they kill each other all around the world. There's always war. And those who are dying in this war, who are getting tortured, whatever, raped, it is not others are the source. Every individual is guilty or has to die. And how and why? Because of their past activities. Otherwise they would not be here in this material world. This is a conditioned place. And not liberated souls are not coming to this world to enjoy. Would this be possible? Could it be like this? From the logic? Yeah, this we must study. First we must know, then we must practice it. And then we will realize, yes, this world is working like this. Nobody is innocent. Everybody gets what he deserves. Any question more? I don't know, did I answer your question? Not really, what you want to hear.
I mean, if I can ask a follow-up question, nobody else has other questions. So, taking into account the current situation of the world, there is a conflict between Russia and Ukraine. There are devotees on both sides.
Yes.
And both sides, the devotees are suffering.
Yes.
Is that also written? Like Krishna says, I know your past, I know your future, I make your present accordingly. Sarva karma karana.
Yeah.
So, what's your views on that? Or what do you think about this in general?
Nobody is innocent who comes here. Not everybody who wears a dhoti on tilak is a devotee. I mean a pure devotee. So, especially in Western countries, we are not raised in a pure atmosphere. In India also not, nowadays, not anymore. They are all fruity workers. So there's some negative, but the one thing we have to understand, suffering will always be there. Sometimes devotees get in difficult situations. But when they get in a difficult situation, where they take shelter, they will not point on others. They will think, my Lord, please, I am yours. Whatever you do, whatever may happen, it is your will. So we have to die in this material world. But the thing is only we identify with this bodily conception. But we are not a body. This is just a dress. We are spirit soul. Spirit soul never dies. This is what Krishna starts to talk to Arjuna. Tehinosmin yatadhe kamaram yavanam jaratadadi handara bhakti atirashtattanamuyati. He says, soul is wandering from childhood to grown up to old age, and in death, then he changes goes on and takes birth again according to his karma. These things will always happen. We know so many sadhus, so many holy men, they have suffered, but they use it in a what they did not feel. Like Haridas Thakur, he was punished by the Muslim rulers. He was whipped 22 marketplaces. Normally nobody survives. But he survived, and they were saying, if you not die, the Saminda, or the leader of the Muslim, he will kill us, please die. So they whipped him, and then he fell in, okay, he said, I don't want that you die. So he went in a samadhi, so he was like, he had this power, mystic power. He was like dead. So they threw him in the Ganga. So after a few hundred meters or 1 kilometer, he went out again and come back to the village where they were waiting. And the Saminda waited and saw them and said, oh, this is a mystic, this is a great soul. We must give him free. So, but Mahaprabhu, he met Mahaprabhu afterwards. And Mahaprabhu told I'm looking for my devotees. I caring for my devotees. And he showed his bag. There were these streams of where Haridas were beaten. He shows it on his body. I took all the pain. I took all this on my. So I cared for you. I protected you. So we should be sure that the Lord always protects his devotees. But we cannot avoid to leave this world. Because this world is an illusory place. It's temporary. Has a beginning. Whatever has a beginning has an end. So I may decide, if I identify that I am a spiritual being, I will not be afraid of anything. It is not a death. For a realized person, it is a waking up. I'm awakened now. I am clear now. I understand. But for those who identify with this material world, they see all in a different way. They are afraid of death. They are afraid of old age, of disease. Because they identify with something they are not. So this is the basis philosophical understanding. But we have to realize it. It is not only theoretical knowledge. We must realize, and we can realize it. If we are sincere, then you will understand whatever happened in this material world. You will understand perfectly how this material world is working. They are not innocent. Not in the Near Eastern, there was fighting. North Africa was fighting. They're fighting in Afghanistan. They're fighting now in Ukraine, and in Russia, or whatever. It always will happen. There must be a reason. And exactly everybody there who will suffer, who is afraid of death, he has given the same pain to others in this material world. So he should not complain. Devotee, if you stand outside, you cannot kill anyone because we are soul, but they think they are body. And they act in a way so they will get the fruits. the karmic reaction, action and reaction. This is only the basis understanding what we are speaking. This is if we get purified and make advancement, then we will enter a transcendental plane. Even if you're in this body, you are not in this world. You are not a member of this material world. But we have no eyes to see, because we can only see bodies. We cannot even see mind. I know, I was 50 years ago, I was living in South India, Rameshwaram, holy place. And I wanted to know if this is true, because I had, from young age, I had this, I was attracted to this. And there I was living with a mystic, and he showed all these things, what I wanted to know, perfectly. He waited till, from the first day. He stood thousands and thousands of people walking the main street to the temple. And he stood just before the window where I was staying in that lodge and saying, "Come down." He not saying anything, but he just he did with the hand, "Yes, come down." He was just waiting, and exactly the person I wanted to, as I was imagining. At this time we had all long hairs. It is Australia, now yogis with the big, like this. And yes, I 2-3 hours he stood there. And I was always looking, I was afraid, how is it possible? How can it be like this? And I went to bed, it was late night now. In the morning I got up and I went to the window and looked carefully down if he's still there. And he stood there. And he again said, one hour, something like this. Then he slowly went away. Then after 1 hour I went out and went also out. And just around the corner behind the shops, he waited. He waited for me, and he did not say anything. He just said, "You come." He said, "Give me him to follow him." So 1 week we did not speak anything. But he spoke with me. He gave, every day I got a mantra running in my head. 1 word. And the next day, another. So after 5-6 days, we went to the main temple, Rameshwaram. Then he looked at me and he said to me the first thing, what I was all week repeating these words. I did not know the meaning and not anything. He repeated the whole mantra to me, what I had in the head, what was coming. This is how I met. And I stayed then with him quite some time. We did pilgrimages, and you would never believe what I experienced at this time. Then I thought, I was a bookkeeper, I was in governmental service this time. But after 1 month I came back, I quit everything and went to temple. Never went out. One has to realize, we cannot see the mind, but I know The mind is more reality, more real than this bodily conception. With the mind you cannot kill when you die. You take this with you, your desires, and you will come again according to your desire. Hare Krishna. Seva. Gauranga. You see, my Guru Maharaj told me 25 years ago, I was in Vrindavan, living in Vrindavan. I never want to go away. I said, I don't want to go anymore to West. I will stay the rest of my life. No money, no nothing. I am living like a beggar way. And then I met my Guru Maharaj. I was already 20 years before in temple, but I met my real Guru Maharaj after in Vrindavan. And after, he was very nice to me, very merciful. And he told me I should come back to Vienna and I should make a temple there. And I thought, what he's asking me? I have no money, nothing. How can I do something? But I had so much faith in my Gurudev. So I started very small place we had in Vienna. Then we moved to a bigger place, Wienerbergstraße. I don't know who was there this time. And then Guru Maharaj came to visit us there also. He installed Radha Govinda and Jagannath and Gauranga. And he again remembered me. This Radha, they should have their own place. So no money, nothing I had. It was just impossible for me. Hare Krishna. So still I tried to find a place, no money. So we went all around, but this place we are looking. I thought this would be a good place. A little bit in the outside, and it's on the countryside. It's a river, not far from the Badenerbahn, so everybody can come. And then after 2 years, we got to the mercy of Krishna. We got a big donation. So we bought this land. And last moment, now it's 10 times more worth than before when we were buying it. Then there was a little money was left. So we make a big yagya and big Homer for a few days. And we install Sheshanaga under the altar. And we started to build the temple. And 1 year later, on Janmashtami, 1 week before Janmashtami, in 2015, we came to this temple. And all this happened by the Lord's mercy. Otherwise, I do not know how. We did not go out and distribute books or something or earning money. We were a small devotee group, we are just chanting and have faith. Krishna wants us to do, Gurudev wants us to do this, and now happen. And it goes on in this way.
Maharaj, maybe you can announce this Bhagavad Saptaha to Krishna Janmashtami. Devotees can. This program we have. First September week.
Oh, I'm late, sorry, I'm speaking too much. Yes, at next week will one godbrother of me from India, Orissa, will come here to give, on next Sunday Fest he will give Harikatha. You can hear from him. And 1 week before Janmashtami, we make Bhagavad Saptaha. So there will be 3 good friends of me, God brothers, and one from another mat, Nandananda Maharaj, Siddhartha Goswami's Acharya. They will come and give 7 days Harikatha. So everybody is invited, those who live outside, we will announce it. They can come and we will arrange for them some possibility to stay in temple or outside families, and there's cheap rooms around in this Tribuswinkel or even here, I think, in Dreiskirchen. Yeah, around Baden, there's rooms available, so we can help whoever is interested. We had it when? 2, 3, 4 years ago.
Yes, we had here once.
It was success, big success from everywhere they came, Australia, America, South America, England. Many devotees came. So it is very, for those who are spiritual seekers and want to hear Harikatha. All are invited. You may tell others who are be interested, so that we can prepare. On Janmashtami will be a big festival. We will have some tents outside in the front for the last year 1,500 or something. I came, guests were coming, going, coming, taking darshan. So up to midnight, then last Aarti, then Prasad. Next day will be the Mahaprasad will be served. They are almost more than on Janmashtami. Mahaprasad will be cooked, whole order will be. But we are fasting on this day to midnight, and then the Ekadashi Prasad will be taken. Not too heavy things, light things. So you're all welcome. I thank you that you could tolerate. It is something new for some, but it is our goal, it is the highest thing. Bhakti devotion is the topmost attainment we can attain in this world. Time is over, yeah. Jai Sri Guru Gauranga Gandhari Giridhari Sri Sri Radha Govinda Jul Ki Jai Jai Go Brahmanandi Sri Gurudev Ki Jai Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyaya Vaishnavibhyo namo namaha.